let's pop in and see what's changed. There I go, taking the capital. Here comes Seth taking the capital, as predicted. Well, as it currently stands, not much really has changed since my prediction, other than Seth has moved the beast down here, both reinforcing Pandemonium and probably used to bait the Devourer down to attack Pandemonium to try to retake it. Unfortunately, Michael has taken the Shadow Shield artifact from here and will be placing it in his stronghold this coming turn. If he does not do it with his first action, well, even the second action, I should probably move that. If he doesn't do it with his first action, then I will have eliminated him. If by chance he does, then we're at a situation where the only possible winner will then be Seth. My actions were as follows. Now it's slightly different. I'll be moving to attack Michael on my first action. Then I will be casting... actually, I'm going to move all this down. I will then be casting Demonic Interference on Seth in an attempt to break his ritual table. I don't know how high his prophecy is. I'm hoping I can get through to prevent his destruction and deceit rituals from attempting to do worse things to me. I'll be removing both artifacts from my stronghold to replace them with stratagems on the following turn. I'll also be playing Malediction of the Seer on Beelzebub, Seth, to interrupt the turn order. After this, then it will be Andromelius' turn, and then my turn to be regent. However, I believe this will all be fruitful. The last action now will be to cast Infernal Juggernaut on the Stalkers. I am not entirely sure as to how this will play out. It is not looking overly good for anyone other than Seth right now. It looks like he's going to win, which Means he'll never want to play the game again because he needs to quit with a 100% record. So, or at least ending on a, win rate that's acceptable to him, which would be, I guess, 50-50. So he already doesn't like the game because he, likes it too much. Figure that one out. All right, we're going to see how the turn updates. It should be happening here in the next little bit. The only one left to take their turn is Seth. I'm not sure if he'll be taking it before or after he goes to work. Probably after, knowing that he's already there. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how things pan out. Tune in next time. as you can see here, not much has changed from my earlier predictions, other than the fact that Seth has moved his beast down here rather than up here next to Sean. More than likely, that's an attempt to get Sean to move his Devourer down here to recapture and or attack the beast. Currently, my Legion here, the Darkstalkers, are within striking distance of Lilith's stronghold. My first action is going to be to cast Infernal Juggernaut on the Darkstalkers. So that way, if I move to take care of Michael, to eliminate Michael from the game, and he does happen to move any of his units in place to support, I should have enough power to punch through without too much issue. The only flaw in that is if Sean here attacks my Legion before I can cast Infernal Juggernaut. Since he does go before me in the turn order, there is a chance of that happening. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. If that happens, then everything I'm doing right now will probably be for naught. Third action is going to be an attempt to shut down Seth's ritual table through demonic interference. I do not know how strong his full prophecy is. I know his destruction is pretty high, though, and so is his deceit. So I'm hoping to do something about that before I have to worry about him trying to take over my Darkstalkers again. However, I do have my wards up, so that should do some good. Then I'm removing both of my artifacts from my stronghold, so that way I can replace them with stratagems to provide enough support. My last action is to cast Malediction of the Seer on Sean here. That way I can interrupt the turn order slightly. Should actually, now that I think about it, do that on Beelzebub. So that way I have one turn where he doesn't do that. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. Now that I think about it, it would be easier and better if I do that that way. That way, it will go straight to Sean as the first turn order, rather than Seth, which should provide me with a move I can make prior to Seth being able to do anything. And it will also give Sean the ability to move his Devourer out of location, which he probably will do anyways. If I'm successful in taking out Michael, my next moves will be, of course, to move up here and attempt to take out Sean. If I do take out Sean, or if Seth takes out Sean and I am successful in taking out Michael, then we would have ended the game in an all-around loss with the fall of Pandemonium, since all players will be excommunicated. There's a couple flaws with this plan. I do believe that Michael here has the artifact that provides the Shadow Shield, which will prevent his stronghold from falling. If that happens, then I will have to steal that artifact while he has Deceit Resistance +3. I will not probably be able to do that. So I don't know what I'm going to do if that happens. If he does play that, then he's outdone me. The only options I will have then is the attempt to raise my Deceit and take it, or raise my Destruction and hope I can get the Pain and Punishment to click off. wait, no, that only does artifacts of war. No, artifacts of pride. So, then likely there won't be other options I can do other than try to nuke him. Or planar lock him. If I can throw in, if I can get the demonic interference on him, then it should do well enough to stop it. But worst comes to worst, we will have to deal with us not being able to stop Michael, which is very likely, but even then he won't win because he can't take Pandemonium. Not with two of us fighting over it. And if he does take Pandemonium, then he's guaranteed a loss. His hope is to get Pandemonium back into control of the council, which likely isn't going to happen given the extensive forces around it. So that would be a losing play for him. So I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just have to wait and see how things pan out in the next turn, which hopefully will be this evening.